everyone, welcome back. It's July favorites. I almost said Friday favorites and flops, but nope, July favorites. You're probably watching this on a Friday because this Friday I did not have enough Friday favorites and flops, but I had a whole bunch of products that I've been loving throughout the month of July. So I figured it was a good time to replace my Friday favorites with a July favorites or a monthly favorites video. Now, I've done this before, but this month I decided to do a monthly favorites using the products that I love. So like I did I did a get ready with me using the favorites that I loved. That's going to be a separate video, but it's for the look that I'm wearing right now. Typically when I do film a favorites video, I like to be wearing the products that I've been loving just because that's what I have been wearing. So I figured since I have done this before where I've done like a separate get ready with me with some of the products that I have been loving, I figured I would do that because I was going to be putting this look together. And I haven't been wearing like a smoky eye like I'm wearing today, but I really love all the products together that I have been loving separately kind of just came together to be a smoky eye today. So that's what I did. So it's not necessarily this look that I've been wearing, but it's all the products that I used in this look kind of separately because I've been doing a lot of sort of natural makeup recently because I've just been home. First I'm going to start out with what is on my eyes. It is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I love this palette, and the reason that I pulled it out is because Kylie just recently came out with her Eyeshadow palette, and it seemed like every review I saw or every look I saw or everyone who talked about it specifically talked about the matte eyeshadows in the palette, and I noticed that a lot of them were very similar to the Shade and Light palette. Since I've been wearing all month just like a basic color in my crease, like probably something in the warmer family in my crease every day, this has been a perfect palette this month to kind of have out because it has all the matte shades. I haven't been going for a whole ton of like I said, smoky eye looks. I just run a color through my crease, and these shades are incredibly smooth. This shade right here is probably my favorite in the palette. It's just this like buttery orangish shade. Let me get a good swatch on here. It's just this buttery, deeper orange rust shade. If you're looking for a palette full of great mattes that are all very blendable, this is such a great palette. It has kind of broken up into these like quads. So this is like a warmer quad, this is the cooler quad, and then this is like the very neutral quad. I use all of these shades, and I love this because you can do like a very basic, simple, everyday look with this palette, and also you can do like I did a smoky eye. I love this palette for like a beautiful matte smoky eye because the shades blend so well. So this has definitely been a favorite this month, and if you weren't able to get your hands on Kylie's eyeshadow palette, I think this is a great alternative because I've heard that some of the shimmers that were included in that palette weren't that like pizzazz. So this, like the mattes in that palette are what people are buying it for, and I think you can find the equivalent in this. So this was something that was sent to me in the middle of the month. This is from Flower Beauty. It's called Erase Everything. And it says that it's the ultimate foundation. So it says this fills in uneven skin texture and fine lines while hydrating the skin. Apply the cream-like balm directly to the skin for a silky matte finish. Light diffusing pigments blur out skin imperfections. I love this as like a primer hydrator. It works so beautifully. It had like, when I first got it, I was like, what is this? I thought it was going to be like a foundation because it says on it sheer tint foundation. So I was thinking maybe this is a foundation, but it's just like a blurring primer moisturizer. So I have this down on my skin today, and I've been wearing it. You can wear it alone just to like blur out your imperfections on your skin, or you can wear it as a primer, and I've been wearing it as a primer under all of my foundations because it really does, it feels so hydrating. It's almost like a balm-like texture, but it immediately sinks into the skin, but then that top layer just like blurs everything out. Flower Beauty is Drewberry Moore's makeup line. It's sold inside of Walmart. Again, this was sent to me, but you can find Flower Beauty products inside of Walmart stores, and they're very affordable prices. So check this out if you're looking for a really good hydrating yet blurring. Sometimes I find some of the blurring primers leave my skin a little bit dry on the drier side. This is really great if you happen to have dry skin. It just sinks right into the skin, and the main thing that I noticed was that it hydrates and blurs. Those are like the top two things that it does. So I've really been loving this for that. Another product that has been an oldie but kind of goodie. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. Now, Eraser Dark Circle. I love this because I've used it in the shade Brightener. This time I just picked it up in the Neutralizer, which is more of a yellow tone. This is great for someone who's looking for a very affordable concealer from the drugstore. I find that this conceals, and I love the yellow tone of this. It's more yellow tone, so it does really neutralize under the eyes. I find it gives a great coverage, and I love it. It feels hydrating under my eyes. I don't find that it creases super bad. Like I always set it with an under eye. I like to use the Hourglass light diffusing thing, and I think it's called diffuse light, ambient lighting power and powder in diffused light. That's what I like to set my under eyes with. But this is just like, you can see how pigmented it is. So I absolutely love this. I think it's a really great affordable drugstore concealer, but beyond that, I just really love it for the way that it just kind of sits on the skin and the job that it does. So if you're looking for a great one, I get asked a lot for my recommendations from the drugstore, and this is always the top of my list. Now, this is not from the drugstore, but this is Tarte's Shape Tape. I've really been loving this. A lot of people have talked about it, and I have been using it all month, so I did want to mention it. It's in the color Light. This is exclusive, I believe, to Tarte's website, I think. That's where I got it. It has a very big fluffy wand. I know I've talked about this before. I just wanted to show you kind of the difference so that you could see the more yellow tone, sort of their neutralizing tone that this has versus this. Like I said, this is in the shade Light, but it's a lot more pink and brightening. So I like to go on with this and then with this on top, kind of to use it as a little bit more of a highlighting. Very, very full coverage. Love it. Doesn't crease under the eyes. I set it with a powder, but this has just been an all-time favorite this month. So another thing that I have been loving are these liquid metal eyeliners. What are they called? Heavy metal glitter eyeliners from Urban Decay. This one is in Midnight Cowboy. I have been wearing this on top. If I ever want to do anything that's like exciting or add dimension or just glam up any type of look, like this smoky eye, I did a glitter liner for this smoky eye. I absolutely love this glitter. It's so opaque. It goes on so well. It wears so well. Sometimes I love to take this and go doot 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 and tap it on and then kind of tap it in, because it really sticks and stays on. But it's just such a pretty color. It's like a goldeny, just a really pretty goldeny shade. Let me just show you a little line, but it is so pigmented. You can get like a really good line, and it's just a really pretty and very wearable shade. See how pretty and wearable that is, but it's just very pigmented, and the glitter is very opaque. So that's what I like about it. But if you just tap it on, you can kind of like spread it out and give that glitter effect on your lid. So really been loving this, and definitely think that it is like, they have so many different colors, but this one has been my favorite just because I think it's the most wearable. So ColourPop came out with lip glosses. I did a full video swatching all of them. I've really been loving them, but probably the most worn for me is, I think it's called Tight Fit, but I let my friend borrow it for her engagement photos. But this one is Fairy Floss, and I've been wearing this one equally as much It's what I have on top of my lips today. Like I have a lipstick on and then I topped it with this. It's just a very neutral, creamy pink shade. It's sheer, but it still has like a milkiness to it that I love. It just has a lot of shine to it. It's super comfortable but not sticky at all. Feels very buttery, glides on the lips. I just really love this color. I think it's a beautiful neutral wearable color, so I've been getting a lot of use out of it this month. Okay, last favorite for the month, Katheleen Lights came out with another collaboration with ColourPop. She came out with 3 new satin lip products, or ultra satin lips. I love all of them. And also an eyeliner. I love the ColourPop eyeliners because they stay on my waterline forever, plus they're super affordable. So I was super excited when she came out with a color that's very similar to one of my favorite MAC eyeliners in Costa Riche. This is the color called Mr. Bang. It's just a very warm, deep, reddish brown shade. As you see, it pairs really well with this eyeshadow that I've been wearing recently. But as you can see, it's just so beautiful. It makes eyes pop. I've been loving this. It's what's in my waterline today. You'll see when I post the look. But it really makes eyes pop and it goes on so smooth, wears all day. So nice job, Kathleen. Thank you so much for coming out with an affordable version of some cult favorite color from MAC. So if you've ever heard of anyone talk of Costa Riche and you want to try and find something very similar, this is your best bet. And super affordable prices. It's not going to break the bank, and it wears just this wears longer than MAC's eyeliners do on me personally. So this has just been a really great liner and definitely a favorite. I said last favorite and I totally forgot. I've been loving this mascara and I really wanted to talk about it. It's the Voluminous Butterfly Sculpt mascara. I showed this in my everyday eye look and I've been using it ever since, every single day. It's just so good because the wand is shaped super interestingly. I'll get a close-up of it, but you can really position, because it's smaller on the inner part, you can really position it to kind of get inside the lashes, pull them in the direction that you want, and really fan out your lashes. I find that the amount of product that comes off on the lashes, it builds volume so beautifully. Get in those inner corners, fan them. So I go in the inner corners, I go out this way, and then in the center I go up, and then the outer corner I go out. It really gives a great effect to the lashes. If you're looking to manipulate your eyelashes with mascara, I think this is a great one. So definitely a great mascara all around, but it's great because it's from the drugstore too, so you're not breaking your bank. But this has been my go-to mascara, even over my high-end mascaras this month. I think it's so great. It does have a little bit more of a wetter formula. Sounds gross, but it has a little bit more of a wet formula. So if you don't like that in mascaras, you might not like this. I don't find that it weighs my lashes down, but I have medium length lashes. They're kind of long, so I don't feel like I necessarily need my mascara to give me length, but this gives me volume. I think it builds really well. And if you do have trouble with your lashes kind of staying curled, if you have like more shorter, stubborn lashes, you might want to get the waterproof version of this, because waterproof tends to help your lashes stay curled longer. But I've really been loving this, and I think it's a great mascara. That is it for my favorites for the month of July. Hope you guys had a great month, and leave some of your favorites down below, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.